team, along with Sam Watson and his team, we're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I come this way before, travel through the open door. Circumstances navigated the path, and life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold on. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a quick but no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games get played, can't take it personal, cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's only what you do. Some things you gotta do. Let's fight the millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. But much expected, much is given. When I made the living, now I'm giving back to the children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. Just shine, let them see your brilliance. For the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm aces. Learn and develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the rope. She fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, giving something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going battle and fight this final round. Life's a quick but no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Can't get played, can't take it personal, cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's only what you do.
Things you gotta do. Hey. Hey, C Legacy, what it do? Lazy Prodigy, what's up, JP? But we gonna call him JQ. Baby Pluto, what's up? Moyo Sauce, Birdman, KJ. Signature, what's up? S Square, M Square, G Brown, Phantom Brawler. Hey, Peanut Butter and Jelly, Only Dad Podcast. Welcome back, man. Man, it took you a week to get over that loss. What's up, Jeff Smith? Hey, Champion Heart, your girl's in here tonight, man. Thank you for the referral. S. Dot, Big Homie Coop. What's up, Willie? Mackenzie, Mark You Dan, Supreme Tax. Everybody piling on in. What's up, man? I appreciate you guys coming in here tonight. Ikeisha will be in here any moment now, but in the meantime, between time, you know we got to promote 9 Wives, who is officially a finalist and an Oscar. What's the exact terminology so I can get it right? What words did I use on Instagram so I can get it right? Let's see if I'm right. Oscar qualifying film festival. So basically what that means, guys, is it's the film festival that every film of the year applies to, basically. And if you get in, you know, your film is great. If you don't get in, you know, you keep on trying. But, you know, 9 Wives don't have to keep on trying. So in the meantime, between time, why don't y'all download that right now, man? Click the link in in the pinned comment and download it. In the meantime, between time, watch the trailer.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
15 to be exact. 15 to be exact. Welcome to the show, y'all. I appreciate you, man. Click the link, man. Go download that, man. We close to 2,000, man. We just over 1,900, man. We getting closer and closer to 2,000. Next stop is 3,000, then 4,000, and then we'll be solid, man. Thank you guys in advance, man. You guys have been awesome supporting the project. And Champion Heart's guest agreed to come on. She'll be on tonight. She's a lawyer. Her name is Ikeisha, and Ikiespeaks, and we're gonna have a great time with her. And I had some. Oh yeah, a lot is going on in boxing today. Y'all DM me that Donald Trump was going to be a speaker at somebody's fight this weekend. What's the name of that? Oh man. Evander Holyfield. He's fighting some guy, Victor somebody. I'm like, that's, people see that as big news, but honestly, I grew up on Donald Trump doing fights. So it's like, you know what I mean? So it's not really big news to me. It's like he's getting back into all these avenues into where he can keep his name in the news. So I grew up on Mike Tyson, Donald Trump, and Don King. So it's not really, it doesn't really move me, you know. I'm not buying it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And Brandon Figueroa, another PBC fight canceled because of COVID. I don't know, man. Is it the budget or is it COVID, man? You know what I mean? We'll see. But in the meantime, between time, Ikeisha is in the building. Ikeispeaks is in the building. Welcome to the show. All these degrees in the background.
I got me up in the night. It's midnight over here. I'm on the East Coast.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. The pleasure is mine.
So I was trying to find a topic, and one of your more polarizing videos that I saw was your Brother Polite video, and so I titled the show, "Why do Black men protect and celebrate?" You know, basically people who are bad in our community. You know, and we can go anywhere you want with it, but welcome to the show. So you're a lawyer. So before we get into the topic, let's inspire a few people. You're a lawyer.
I am.
Why, how, who, what, where, when, why, and how?
Okay. All right. So I grew up in Jamaica, Queens, Southside Jamaica, Queens, to be specific.
So you knew 50. You and 50 got something going on?
No, I don't got nothing going on with 50. But he's from my hood. He's from South Jamaica, but he's not from my projects.
Okay, gotcha.
Right? So I'm not, I'm not casting any dispersions, but he ain't from my projects.
Okay.
He's from Southside.
Okay.
I'm from 40 Projects. It's a project in Southside, like Baisley Projects, where Nicki Minaj is from. It's not far from the projects I grew up in.
Okay.
Right, so I grew up there. I am an attorney here. I was a prosecutor first before I became a defense attorney. I was a prosecutor in Manhattan for 5 years, and I left Manhattan in 2006. I've been a criminal defense attorney since then. I also am an adjunct professor. I also am a legal informationalist out on the social media streets. I'm an author. More important than anything I've said, I'm a mom.
Beautiful.
I have 2 sons. One will be 26 this month, and my other one will be 18 in November.
And you're in phenomenal shape. Fitness competitions and working out and weight training, body weight training, and
yes,
and all that. So what's your handicap? By the way, what's your handicap?
36. I'm going with the universal. I'm not like, I'm not a crazy golfer. I'm out there though, at least twice a week. I'm always trying to get better though. It's an animal.
I golfed one time in my life, and I didn't know who to fight, the person I was golfing with or the golf club. So I just said, you know what? I'm not gonna do this, man. I'm definitely, and it was It was a 9-hole part 3. I don't know how we made it to the end, but we did, and it was the most frustratingest time of my life. So I said, I'm never doing this again. So
Salute to you for getting out there. Right? I like to be in places traditionally where we are not.
Yeah, right.
That's one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So what made you switch sides? You went from a blood to a Crip?
Basically. Well, listen, I am one of those people who believe that in order to do this work effectively, you have to know it from both sides.
Sure.
Right. So I started out as an investigator for the public defender's office while I was in law school. So I went to law school part-time at night. So instead of the 3 years typically that most people do, I did 4 years. Right.
Did you go to law school?
I went to New York Law School. I taught there for 5 years after I graduated as well. I taught there as an adjunct professor. I'm now teaching at a CUNY school on the undergraduate level.
Beautiful.
So yeah.
Beautiful. So I got a personal question. How can we open up the Malcolm X files? What would that take?
An act of God. Things are intentionally and deliberately secreted
from
us because they don't want us to know the truth about a lot of things. And that's one thing in particular. And I know that you all, I saw the trailer for the 9 Lives movie.
Yeah.
Hearkening to what you said in the very beginning, why is it that we coddle, these men when most of us know the activity that they are participating in, right? We turn a blind eye or a deaf ear because we think they have value in some other form. The same is true for polite, right? Because people will say, I heard that, but the brother, he's speaking truth, or he dropping knowledge and this and that and the third thing. But at the same time, we can't do that as a people. We cannot do that. And we have to learn. Everything is not a conspiracy, right? Because the first thing that Black people think is like, oh, they're trying to take that brother down. Some brothers need to be taken down. Right? He's one of them. He's one of them. And then to get our people to accept that is difficult. It's difficult.
Why the challenge? Why, if we're a God-fearing nation and we believe in God, spiritualities on some level, would you believe in African spirituality, Nation of Islam, Catholicism? Why, when you present the truth to people, they turn a blind eye to it?
We are traumatized people, and the truth is very subjective. Right? For us, the truth hasn't always been so black and white, right? And many times our truth has been distorted. We have been misled, run them up, bamboozled, right? And so we don't tend to just believe. And, we get these figures, we don't get a lot of them.
Right.
And we want to hold on to the ones that we think are good for our community.
Right.
And I started out that way. That's how I befriended Polite. I thought he had something positive to offer the community. And that I wasn't looking for your secrets. They just came to me, so that's how that ended. Yeah.
How do you see that trial, and what factual information do you have on that? On
the arrest?
Yes, you have like the actual paperwork and all that.
I've only read the police report. I've read the police report, which gives a pretty detailed account. I've seen one news recounting of it that was very detailed as well. I shared that on my Instagram. And so the details are, pretty salacious. That there was a woman that he obviously had some relationship with. This woman had a teenage daughter. Maybe there was some sort of strife between the daughter and the mom, and Polite injected himself into that relationship under the guise that he could mend it or make it better, right? And that's how he got the daughter alone. It was supposed to be under the pretense of taking the daughter to some club. Why would you be taking a 14-year-old to a club? A lot of this is questionable. And somehow they ended up at his hotel room because the club was closed and they were waiting for directions and or instructions to the next club. At which point he started to allegedly ply her with alcohol. She imbibed, she drank the alcohol, she became intoxicated, and she recounted that he attempted to put his penis in her mouth. things of that nature. At some point, she does pass out. She wakes up to him attempting to put his fingers down her throat, which caused some bruising around her mouth, which is what her mom noticed when she did come back home. Noticed that she had bruising on her mouth and that she was inebriated. Took her daughter to the emergency room, to the doctor, despite pleas from Polite saying, please don't do that. If you take her, you're going to ruin my career, pretty much ruin my life. She took her daughter anyway. They did a rape kit, which is standard when there's a sexual abuse assault. Rape kit is when they look for any type of bodily fluids, whether that is semen, spit, saliva, anything else, right? That can identify a person that might have some type of DNA in it. They recovered her clothes, her clothing. They sent that stuff off to a lab. They found, I think, approximately 5 spots of material that could possibly contain DNA that was sent off to a lab. They then issued a warrant. Now, this happened between May and the arrest in August, right? So this didn't just happen one at a time, right away. It took some time. They then issued a warrant for Polite to come in and give a DNA sample, which he did. They then compared his DNA to the samples recovered from the girl and said that there was a match, which is the predicate for the arrest warrant that they issued, which required him to come surrender himself. He then was charged formally and then got a bail, which he paid. And now he'll go back and forth to court until, they either have a trial or the case is resolved in some other manner, right? It could be dismissed. It could be the girl doesn't want to come forward. It could be the evidence. There's some questionable information about the mom. Maybe the mom saved his semen from when they had intercourse and she spread it on the daughter. Like, this is the dumb shit that could possibly happen, right? But this, these are what defense attorneys do. They raise doubt. That's their job, right? And doubt can come from anywhere. And so, we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out. But I haven't forgotten that he comes from the Malachi York camp. Goddamn. And the apple don't fall far from it doesn't fall far from the tree.
No, you're absolutely right. What was his response in the police report? Did he say anything?
No, he didn't say anything. He actually had an attorney. The attorney did a little blurb on the news, which was probably not advisable. But he basically said, he looks forward to his day in court, and he maintains his innocence, the shit that you say. And we'll see how it plays out in court. But he called up Sonetta's show shortly after it went public. I think that shortly after Tasha K blew him up. Yeah. He called into the show, but he said nothing. He did the whole, how this go, God, how it is, bro. The talking points, which sort of fuels those people who want to say, yeah, right, bro, we know what it is. We know they only coming after you because you have reached a certain status or level or whatever may have you, without contemplating that maybe it's because this person actually committed a crime.
Right.
I don't know what's happening on my computer. Yeah. Maybe this person committed a crime. It's not above him. Well, we've been there. I've shown the receipts.
Right. And take us all the way back, speaking to the audience. What was your affiliation and or connection with Brother Polite?
So I got a call from somebody in Polite's camp. It was his uncle, right? Who was a friend of mine. And I'm a legal informationalist. So I'm always trying to educate people about what your rights are, what you should do in a certain situation, right? I'm going to give you information and you govern yourself accordingly. I never give advice, right? Because the vice attached to liability, I give information. I don't remember particularly what was going on at the time, but he introduced me to both Polite and Sonetta to talk about just, legal information in the community. I've been on the red couch. I've done Sonetta's show. I think I've done it, I want to say 2 or 3 times. Just talking about the law in general. And a lot of times we talked about sovereign citizens and the fringes on the flag and, trying to dispel some of these myths that are out there about how you could be cases. If you just pretend you're not a person and you're Don't even get me started.
I'm
So
real interested in that. I have that in my notes about sovereign citizens, but
yeah,
continue.
right. The straw man and the nun, and So I would go on those shows and talk about that as well. And in the course of those interactions, I met Polite, and he at that time, I believe, him and Victoria had been stopped in L.A. For something. I don't recall all the specifics, but I recall we did a show and talked about the law and things of that nature. But that's pretty much all of it went. But the fact that I had been on his platform, I felt that when people started to come to me and say, hey, I sent this man money and he didn't respond. I sent this man money. I sent this man money.
Wow.
To the point where there were people, and one gentleman in particular, who had sent Polite upward of $70,000, which he had gotten from. That's not the largest amount.
What?
I know, right? I know it's unfathomable, right? But I got the receipts.
What is he? I'll let you know. We'll go back.
Yeah. So this young man, his fiance, had received a inheritance after her grandfather passed away, and it was $70,000 of that they sent to Polite under the pretense that he was going to teach them how to get off the clock, right? How to get off the 9-to-5 train, how to be independent, how to be autonomous, everything that you want as an individual, right? To not have to be beholden to the white man's check every week or every 2 weeks. The shit that sounds good. And they thought that they were investing, and he took the money and he ran. And then he became unavailable, which is his pattern, right? So he would be wholly available until the money came. I think there's another young man also that I was in touch with. He lost over $100,000 to Polite. Also, this was an inheritance from his father, right? And that's not to include. I mean, not to. I would say not to discount all of the other people who sent the $15 and the $20s and the $100 and $150 and the $3,500. There were a lot of those, right? 5,000, 7,000 here, 10,000 there. I mean, one guy who sold his car so he could invest with Polite, to send this money to Polite, because he really believed in this program that he was claiming would teach you how to do liens and teach you how to buy gold and teach you how to leverage this, that, and the third thing, when he really didn't have the know-how. He didn't have that. He didn't have what he was offering. And so once the money was there, he got ghosts. Oh, I'm getting on a plane. My phone died. My father died again. As you know, it was like, how many times can someone's father die? How many fathers you got? Like, come on, man. And it became apparent that it was a problem. And so when I reached out to him about the first young man, he was a little defensive about it. And I was like, listen, bro, there's really no defense here. You took this man money. You don't have a contract. This is not how you do business.
Wow.
Right. So we came together. I drew up an agreement that him and his wife, Amanetta, signed.
Wow.
To pay this young man his money back. Sort of a payment arrangement. So he started paying the money back. He would send it, once a month. He was supposed to send whatever the amount was. I don't recall at the time. And he did that for a couple of months. And then again, he got missing. Oh, I'm here. I'm there. I'm traveling. I don't have my phone. Come on. Money is electronic right now.
Right.
Like, everybody has electronic funds. So I don't care where you're traveling. I don't care. If you can receive an email, you can send money. Right. So if you can go live, you can send money. And so, so it was a lot of that. And, I went live. I did several videos that are on my YouTube channel, my Ikiespeaks YouTube channel, and I'm not the most adept with the technology and everything. So I did my best what I could, but to show all of the receipts, to show all of the text messages between those people talking to him, begging and pleading with him. There was a woman in Baltimore. She was pregnant, gave this man the last of her money, thinking she would get this in return so she could have money for her baby. Took that, skated. And and it was just story after story after story. It was people who were like, my mom sent him money, right? I mean, the fact that he's still walking around is still, I'm still like, I don't even know how that happens, but folks ain't built like they was when I was coming up. It was a whole different time back then. It was a
Yeah,
different time.
yeah, that's simply amazing because you're running off probably hundreds of stories. It appears to me.
Oh
Is
yeah.
there like a federal case that people can conjure up, or is it just civil?
On one of my YouTube links, I have all of the links where you can report if you have been a victim. I have personally reported him. I have spoken to FBI agents about him, and I know that he's under investigation, but that's all they will tell me.
Wow.
And that's all I want to know, right? I'm a criminal defense attorney at the end of the day. The last thing the feds are going to do is feed me information.
Right.
So I've given them as much information as I could with the proof and the receipts that I have. But you got to understand that there are victims in different jurisdictions, right? So you got victims in Baltimore, you got victims in New York, so that those are different jurisdictions that have to deal with that, different U.S. attorneys' offices that have to deal with that, unless they're going to bring some type of case where they consolidate all of that. So it's going to take time.
Right.
All these cases take time. Look at R. Kelly trial. They bring this shit from 99. From 99. So in 94, Aaliyah. So when people are like, what about polite? What about polite? I'm just be patient. Just wait. Just wait, because when the feds come, they come, and they don't play when they come. They're not coming with a half a deck. They want to make sure that their case is rock solid. So let them wait. Wow. Wait, because right now, not knowing what's going to happen with this Florida case, but this could be a federal case, right? Because I don't know where that girl lives. I don't know where this 14-year-old girl lives. If you brought her into the state for the purpose of having sex with a minor, that is a federal crime. That's a federal crime.
Ouch, ouch. And do you know the details on Jay Morrison as well? Do you know that?
I don't know any details other than he's a street dude that's trying to do something that other people haven't done before. I mean, I've seen some of his videos here and there, but I'm not a big follower. I did invest in that, and I did get a check with my dividends. So what can I say?
Right.
I mean, I put my little money in there, and I got a dividend check. That usually is how it works. So something seems legit to me. I don't know. If not, I think the SEC would be in his ass.
Right.
They are. It's hard to tell.
Right.
I mean, I know that they did the investigation. I know that they were investigating him at one point when it came to the crowdfunding. Right. I don't know that it got shut down. I still got my dividend check.
Right.
That it was, people have to understand, and I think that's another problem, is that Black, traditionally we kept our money under the mattress. Right. So this concept of investing is new to us, and we don't understand that you have to invest for the long term. You're not getting money back right away, and I think that people don't know how to manage their expectations when it comes to some of this. Right? You think I'm going to put $1,000 in, I'm getting rich. He said it's going to be millions. It's going to be millions. Right? It's going to be millions collectively, not individually. Right? And you'll get a piece of that as a dividend, which is not going to turn into a lot of money right away. Right. These things have to grow. Right. You look at Warren Buffett, you think that stock, the Berkshire Hathaways, it took time to get there. It took time for Elon Musk's stock to get where it is. All of these stocks take time to develop and grow, right? They might have some jumps here and there, some surges here and there, but it's still a long time type of investment tool that you have to do. And I don't think that Black people have the temperament for that. And I think that that's part of why there is so much backlash with respect to the fund that he started for the crowdfunding. But other than that, listen, I pay attention, and I am a spiritualist. You mentioned that before. I'm a spiritualist, and a lot is hitting his family, right? When you think about spiritual warfare, he was attacked physically in his body. His wife has been attacked physically in her body, and now their baby is being attacked physically in their body, in her body.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, their baby is undergoing surgery.
What? That's
Yeah,
awful.
yeah. Sad to have surgery. I think he posted that the other day.
Oh, wow.
Right. So those things make you wonder, right? Because everything happens just as it should.
Right.
Right. And so what's the cause?
Mm.
What's the cause of this effect?
What's your project that you would like to just tackle?
Wow. Oh God. It's so many. I don't have any one project. I would say the thing that stands out most to me right now is reaching young people. From Sufton and God Brewer and such as Lord said, Queen P. That's my hood. Represent. I appreciate you, C's. Right now, I think that our young men and women are incredibly lost. They are so incredibly lost. I mean, as a criminal defense attorney, and I get these cases. I get the cases, the sweep cases, I get the wiretaps, and I read this shit, and I'm like, y'all, how many times I gotta tell y'all? You don't have no privacy on the phone. You don't have no privacy on the internet. You think you got privacy in your DMs, and you talking about buying guns? It's like they don't understand that the enemy does not look like you. That's the issue I have. Y'all shooting at each other. Y'all don't recognize that you have a common enemy. You playing right into the game. Because when they do these investigations, God, the shit that really gets me is they let these investigations go on for years. They know these kids is out there banging. At any point, y'all could take an investigation down and stop tomorrow's murder. But that's not how it works. We just listen, and we're gonna keep listening. We're gonna keep listening until what? Till the budget run out? Because it's not about whether or not how many people died during the course of this investigation. It's not how many drugs were sold, right? Because y'all facilitating that shit. It's frustrating. So that's part of it. I don't ever want to push our kids far away from us. I always want to just pull them closer. And I think we are pushing them further and further away, right? We just push them away. We don't think them kids, they out their mind. They not. They the product of, they our products. If they rotten in the tree, right? Can we own this shit? Because they came from us. They came from us. So if they bad apples, that's on us. That's on us. And we got to do better than that. It's us. We have to do something. And I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what that looks like. I really don't know what and how to reach them. And I've been a part of enough, stop the violence, the interrupters, I've done all of that shit, right? And for a few minutes, we ain't had no shootings this week. But that's only a week out of 52 weeks. That's not enough. That's not enough. I would love to get to the point where our Black men, when they see each other, they see themselves. I would love to get there. But I think before they could see each other, they got to love themselves. And we don't have that. They're not loving themselves. If you loved yourself, you would not be able to kill somebody that looked like you. And not let it, and it don't mean nothing to you. And it don't mean nothing. I mean, it's frustrating because I got to look at the autopsy photos. I got to look at the reports at who picked the body up, who picked up the clothes. I got to look at that shit. Who signed for the clothing that he had on when he was killed? I'm reading that. I'm looking at that. That shit is heavy.
Wow.
It's heavy. It's heavy. It is burdensome. And then I got to go defend another young Black man who's accused of killing a Black man. I got to sit across from a family that's looking at me like I'm the devil incarnate because I'm representing this person who they believe took their family member. That shit is hard. That's hard. And I've had one experience. I had a murder trial in Queens. Young man home from college, shot in the head.
Oh.
Arrested my client. My client was 5'6". He was with his friend at the time. His friend was 5'11". The friend testified that the shooter was the same height as he was. The police had my client sit down in the lineup so that the person who was identifying him wouldn't see his height discrepancy, wouldn't see that he was only 5'6". He certainly couldn't have been the shooter if the shooter was 5'11".
Wow.
Right? And so he was acquitted. He was acquitted. Now, for the family, justice has been denied.
Yeah.
Right? I'm on a golf course, right? Maybe a year after this trial. And I'm invited by a friend of mine, and I happen to go to this outing, and it's all cops. All black cops. I don't know none of them. I'm like, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I see the PBA shit. I'm like, fuck, I'm in enemy territory.
Uh-oh. Your volume went out. Your volume went out. I'm gonna beam you out and just beam back in. You got the link? I'm gonna beam you out and beam back in. Y'all can hear me. So we got the truth coming in. As soon as she finished this segment, I didn't want to break her up. Then I'll bring you in. Then we got Terrence Bailey coming in. Man, I was in the middle of a great story. So we got the truth and Terrence Bailey. Once she get finished with this, I was like, what's going on? I want to hear it. All right, well, you back?
I don't know. Am I?
Yeah. So they had the PBA logos. They had the PBA logos.
Yes, they had the PBA logo, which of course I'm like, I'm in enemy territory. It's hostile country, right? But they were cool. And then one cop was like, I know you. Now I'm like, okay, hey, right? You know me from where? You know me from being a former prosecutor. You know me from YouTube. I don't know what that means. You know me from the projects. Where you know me from? He's like, you had a trial. Matter of fact, he's like, come walk with me. Now I'm like, shit about to get serious. We walked to the side. He's like, you had a trial. The victim's name was so-and-so. He ran it down. I was like, yeah, I remember that case. The client was acquitted. He was like, yeah, the kid, his father's right over there. His father was a golfer with that group, the deceased young man's dad. So immediately, I offer to leave because I know my presence alone, right? You're the dad. You were at the trial every day. My presence alone is going to bring all of that shit back up. I'm leaving. I don't even want to be the source of your pain, right? He's like, no, don't leave. I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm a mom. I buried the son. I know that shit. I don't want to do that, right? So he was like, no, don't leave. So I was like, okay, group goes, I tee off. We at the first hole. Here comes dad in the golf cart, coming up to me. Now I'm like, fuck, man, right? Because how is this gonna go? You know what I mean? I don't know this man's temperament. I don't know how he's gonna be to me, right? So he comes up to me, and I all I say is, I turn to him, and I said, I'm sorry for your loss, and I hope that you know that my work, that's my work, that's not who I am. I don't want you to confuse the two. And he said, you don't have anything to apologize. You did your job, and you did it well. And he gave me a hug, and we both dissolved into tears. It was one of those moments, right, where I had this awareness that the work that I do, as burdensome as it is as meaningful, right? And I think on some level, I was able to let that, I was able to have some closure myself in knowing that there's not a family that hates me somewhere because I did my job well, right? And just in that moment, realizing that there are people who possess a graciousness that you may never possess, right? I may never be that gracious, but that example taught me that it exists, right? And so maybe at some point in my life, when I'm challenged, I'll remember the grace he showed me, right? And extend it in the same way, right? But so those things don't happen often.
Right.
Those exchanges don't happen often. You seldom run into a family, right, and have an opportunity to have some closure in that moment. That just doesn't happen often, really. Right.
We got two people want to ask you questions. You mind taking a couple
Sure,
questions?
sure. Bring it on. Bring it on.
All right. We got the truth coming in. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, sis. How are you? I'm great.
Oh, I'm wonderful. Um, what I wanted to demonstrate was I heard you speaking about the violence, and in my opinion, it was coming from a professional point of view. And I just wanted to share a point of view from the hood, from a household where the violence stems from. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, my brother, who was shot and killed in gang violence in Chicago on 63rd Street, by the time he was 13, I think he may have shot and killed maybe 5 people. Okay. Just this past summer, I was participating in a gang rally where, mothers, we fight against gang violence on 63rd. And there was a boy that was there. He was so young, but I was just so attached to him. So when it was over, I said, Shorty, what's your name? Who are you with from? And he said, I come from somewhere, but my father come from 63rd. I said, who is your father? And he say his name is blank. So instantly, I'm knowing my brother shot and killed. So I had to share with this young man the story of what actually happened. I told him how much I love him, how much I'm sorry. And he and I were both there together fighting against gang violence. So I tried my best to encourage him. Now, coming from a household where gang violence was like crazy, a lot of those young boys in these big cities, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, people don't admit it. And I might step on some toes, but these boys are wards of the state. A lot of these boys belong to the Department of Children and Family Services. They call them live through. My brother is locked away somewhere at a children's youth detention, something somewhere on the outskirts of Illinois. I'm speaking to him every day on the phone because that's my brother. And so I'm speaking to him on the phone while and one day he the door.
Your audio is going in and out.
Say it again. One day what?
One day he knocks on my door.
Okay.
And he's supposed to be in jail. So I called the facility. Hello, can I speak to Chaz Williams? Oh, he's sleeping right now. And the good stories. I did not tell him that he was standing next to me because I felt like they should have knew. And from that moment on.
Chaz Williams from New York?
No, this is from Chicago.
Okay.
63rd Street.
Okay.
So from that moment on, I always look at leadership with a side eye. You understand what I'm saying? And so by me looking at leadership with the side eye, I gang bang when it come down to the elections. I'm out there gang banging like real talk. When it comes down to the elections. You know what my alderman told me?
What?
He told me that he does not, after he's elected in, he does not pay any attention to the areas that are poverty stricken because they don't vote. They only focus on the areas where the people vote. And everything on 63rd in Chicago is poverty stricken. From Cottage Grove all the way down to California.
Mm-hmm.
That stretches for miles and miles and miles and miles. We can look at parents all we want, but there's leadership set in place to provide resources for parents, or at least there is supposed to be. So leadership is a problem. In all of America, in every city, leadership is a problem. Anywhere where you see gang violence, you know that there's a leader somewhere that does not belong. And I just kind of wanted to share that with you all. I apologize for getting so sentimental.
That's all right. Listen, we all got our struggles, we all got our perspectives, but understand I'm from the hood.
Yeah.
I get it, right? But what I need you and everyone else to understand is that when them kids get into the system, it's not going to be somebody from the hood that's listening and understanding that they came from a gang home.
Yes.
It's going to be some white girl
Yes.
who just graduated from law school, who is like, well, these black kids are in gangs, right? She not going to understand none of that.
Talk to me.
None of that. This is part of the struggle that I have when I'm talking to white prosecutors, because I then have an opportunity to tell them something that they don't know. Listen, I've been there. I've been in the crack house. I bagged up drugs. I dated the drug dealers. I was trying to get them 5411s. I remember all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I get that. But at the same time, I also understand that leadership doesn't have to be defined by who has these things on the wall, right? Because the leaders in my hood back then was the ones that was slinging the rocks, the ones that had the drug, was doing the drug dealings and what. Those was the leaders at the time, right? But they still set us straight. We had a code back then. Shit was different. This is what I'm saying. Shit was different back then. Even the gangs, the way they operated was different than they operate now. All of this shit is different.
I can to a Chicago police officer right now and buy any kind of drug you want.
Listen, you're not surprising me, sis.
Yeah.
Right? You're probably not surprising nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the people that are charged with enforcing the law are the ones that break it the most. Because who gonna come arrest them?
Come on.
Right? Who calling them when they had a drug party? Ain't nobody. Who testing them? Nobody. Right? So I get it. I get it, but we can't surrender our responsibility to our community. You know what I'm saying? We can't be waiting for people to come give us shit. It's a lot of people that got a lot of shit. They got stuff. They got money. They got tangible. They got property, and they still dysfunctional.
Come on.
It's not gonna be an infuse of money into our community, because we still don't know what to do with that money. When we get it, we spend it right out of our community. How many times does a dollar circulate in our community? It doesn't. It doesn't. You got the Jewish community, a dollar circulate 9 times, 11 times before it goes out of the community. Our black dollars circulate half a time, 1 time. As soon as you get that shit, it's out your pocket. We don't have any sense of community. We just don't. We don't have any sense of responsibility for each other. Everybody's on this individual shit. I didn't grow up like that. I grew up in a community where it was somebody looking out the window all the time. It wasn't your grandmother. It might not have been your aunt. But guess what? Somebody was watching. And they was telling it. It wasn't none of that stop snitching and somebody snitched on you bullshit. Okay? Somebody saw you doing some shit and they called your grandmother and they told her. I know, because I got in trouble many times. And if I got my ass whooped because the person who caught me whooped my ass, by the time I got home, I got another ass whooping. Because I had to put that person through all that trouble whooping my ass. And you got Miss over here whooping your ass. Now I'm going to whoop your ass again.
Yes, ma'am. Right?
All of that sense of community, that sense of I'm going to check your kid because I can. Right? And then something happened. Something happened. You can't check a person's kid no more. Well, you ain't my mom. We never said that.
Grandma died.
You have a whole fist down your throat.
Yeah, around my dad.
You never said that. My son had a friend over for dinner the other day. He had a hat on in my fucking house. He had a hat on in my house. That shit was not allowed when I was a kid, right? And we didn't have shit. I still took the note to the neighbor. Grandma need to borrow $10 just till she get paid next week. We still had to borrow. We still needed credit. Shit still was tight. I still had food stamps. We didn't have a lot, right? So it's not, the poverty is part of it, but that's not going to be the remedy, because we still could come up. I came out of nothing. I came from nothing. Both of my parents was addicts. Both of them. My dad did his bid. That's when he got clean. But not till I was a grown-ass woman. My whole life. You know what my dad said to me about heroin? He was like, "Kid, don't ever try this shit, because you'll love it." He didn't do none of that fuck shit that parents be doing. Don't try this. It'll kill you. It'll destroy your life. Nah, because that don't scare kids.
Yeah.
Right? Don't try this shit, because you will fucking love it. That shit scared me to death.
I most appreciate our conversation. I really, really do. I most certainly appreciate it. You know, I can't do.
You got to bring your phone to you because it's cutting off the audio.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I can't tell you how many times we, as a group, would go to the police department.
Oh.
We would go to the police department and we would tell them, R. Kelly used to come in our hood, and we'll go to the police. One of the officers called me a bitch. Told me to get the F out of his face on 59th and Racine. There was another young lady, and I'm gonna let you guys go because I got to work in the morning. But there was another young lady. Her name was Jakara Barnes. She was one of my friend's daughter who I graduated with. And she was killed in gang violence. And the word in the hood was that she was responsible for shooting quite a few people, at least 20 people. And her information was sold to Lifetime, and they did a documentary on her. They had everybody in the hood in the documentary. So we at the station, the police station, asking how they get this information. Who was locked up, when they was locked up, people sitting on the porch, you know, how they get this information. So we petitioned. Somebody sold our information to, because they had information that they should not have had. No one person gave it to them.
Right.
It had to come from an administrator. You understand what I'm saying?
They probably did a FOIA request.
So I say that to say, we dealing with bad leadership, and I just pray to my God that he's bringing up a blessed nation. I pray to my God that he's bringing up a blessed nation.
Listen, I respect all religions, but Black people have been praying for God to get us out of this situation for a long time, sis. And I just don't, I don't want you to be waiting, I don't bear witness to no mystery God. I never have. And I just, if we don't do it, it ain't getting done.
We got to do it.
We got to do it.
We got to. You do it on your end, and I'm damn sure gonna do it.
When I grew up, we had tenant patrols. We had tenant patrols. You take a shift. This your community. What? You can't bring that back. You take a shift. Everybody in this fucking community takes a shift. That means you're gonna walk around. You can walk around the community, making sure ain't nobody doing nothing they ain't supposed to be doing. This is your community. We're not calling 50. We're not calling 12.
Yeah.
We right here.
We right here.
We gotta organize.
We gotta organize.
Men in our community, stand up, walk around. Be present.
Yes.
Be present and be actively present, because there are people who are there, but they're not present.
Yeah.
We can do this. We have the ability. We have done it before. We just got to galvanize.
We will. We will.
We will.
We will.
And
we're going to leave it at that. We will.
All right. All right. Peace, sis. You stay safe.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
All right. We got Terrence Bailey on the beam, and thank you. Go ahead,
And I apologize. I'm a cursor, and that's just the way it is.
we in the shop. Good.
I'm cussing. I know a lot of words though. Okay.
Good morning, family. How y'all doing?
And we good.
Yeah, good evening. Peace.
How you doing?
I'm great.
Although the first thing I want to say, when you use religion to try to justify strength or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? The first thing I want to say is, you know what I'm saying, Cain killed Abel, and the disciples were asleep when Jesus was arrested. So when you try to look at the people that you think will be close to you, expect them to fail. Don't look at them as if they're gonna get your back, because especially if they Christians, because if they Christians, then the person that you look to, his own people failed him. They
Okay.
didn't.
I want to understand your point, brother.
They didn't realize his They didn't realize the point until he gave up the ghost on the cross, and then they got the point. By that time, you know what I'm saying, it was what it was. But when you said that you was talking about polite, I've been waiting a while. So you talking about polite and Umar Johnson and all this kind of stuff or whatever. I've been fighting Umar Johnson for years. Umar Johnson as claimed to be a member of my family for a long time. He named his school, his whole thing, after my family. We just unveiled a mural to Uncle Frederick, in the oldest African American community in the United States, just this past Saturday.
Okay.
And there's people that got videos out right now on that saying, we don't see Umar nowhere. I'm like, of course you're not. That nigga ain't related to us. So you talk about fraud individuals and people out here taking money from people on fraud context, doing BS in the black community. And we got people in our community that's not using personal common sense to look at this individual and know, like, hey, man, this dude ain't right. I shouldn't give my money. I shouldn't give my time. I damn sure should not give my intellect. And I should not be following this individual. You know, we got like the equivalent of a Trump cult going on in a black community with these individuals. And until we figure this out, you know what I'm saying, we just as lost as these white extremists. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of bull, man. I've been saying this for the last 7 years. And actually, man, I'm tired. You know, I walked away from it. I got tired of fooling with the Afro Spengalis, the Nappy Yankees,
the Hoteps.
All these Negroes, man. I'm sick of it.
No,
I'm sick of it.
I feel you.
I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? When I started my podcast, it was like, well, man, how come we're not talking about Umar Johnson? I'm like, man, you know what? I can go viral talking about Umar Johnson, but for what? Why talk about this crusty ass Negro for? Why? To get views? I'm better than that. My family legacy is better than that. This dude is garbage. He's trash. I put trash out front to be picked up. What the hell am I going to talk about him for? So I refuse to talk about him on my platform. And anybody comes to my platform and they want to discuss him, I block them.
I hear that.
So I just want to say this, sister. Appreciate what you're doing. Fred, thanks for the time. I want to get up. Yo, you know me. I had to get off my chest. I'm sick. I'm sick of these individuals, man. With this fat bastard. You know what I'm saying? This dude is not a Bailey. He's not this polite stuff. All these guys, man. I'm telling you, man. All the dudes that I know that are real conscious, you don't know their name. You don't know their name. All the dudes that are real conscious out here doing the work, that's out here like in the Sankofa schools and stuff like that, that's teaching and all you don't know them.
Right.
Because they doing the work. They don't want you to know. They don't need for you to know them.
Right.
You don't know them because they're too busy working.
Mm-hmm.
These other dudes are seeking attention like some broke hoes. Bunch of broke whores. They need attention. Because they want money. Polite. How the hell you getting donations for shit and you riding around in a Rolls? You live enough donations. And you riding in a Rolls. And in us, the black community, you see this nigga in a Rolls hanging with Floyd Mayweather, and you give them donations, and you don't see this. So who's the fool? Is it him or is it you?
Mm-hmm.
It's you, because you give them damn money. It's you. You the damn fool.
Let me just say,
you putting gas in that Rolls.
But let me just interject, because we don't want to blame the victims here, right? Because we are a traumatized people, and I can't blame people for wanting to have hope. And that's what he capitalized on, the trauma of our people and the desperation in trying to get out from under this 9 to 5, this rat race, selling the dream of autonomy and being self-made, right?
Sister, there's hope and then there's common sense. There's hope and there's common sense. No. I blame them. There's hope and then there's common sense.
It's relative, brother. It's relative, right? It's
there's
relative.
Hope and there's common sense.
Desperation will outweigh all common sense. When you feel like this is your last shot at doing something, this is the last opportunity. You finally been able to get on the phone with this man. Some people think that he's a celebrity, right? So to have access.
They fools, though. They fools.
That might be the case. You might see it differently. But in that moment, right, they're starstruck and they just believe with everything they have. I'm not going to blame the victims because I know how manipulative Polite is. I know how slick he is with the tongue. Right? And so I know that my people, not all of my people are that dumb or that easily or that gullible. Is far too many of them for me to just chalk it off as that everybody here just doesn't have common sense. That's not it. We got to put the blame where the blame lies, on the person who used the people who were desperate. That person who saw opportunity in our community and raped us. That person. I'm not putting that shit on nobody else. I'm just gonna push back on that just a little bit.
I got you. I appreciate the time, though.
Thank you.
Thanks, Fred.
All right.
Peace.
You got time for one more? You got time for one more? He was the gentleman that taught me about you, and less than 2 or 3 weeks later, you're on the show. He might be on one knee. I'm not sure, but he might be on one knee.
Hey, I'm so glad that you're here to see us, sister. I've been following you for a while. I don't know. Can you hear me? I got a lot of noise. You know, I'm working right now, so I got a lot of noise going on.
We hear you. Thank you so much.
Okay, cool. I've been following you for a while, and I just really, appreciate your knowledge. I appreciate all the things that you do, in educating us, because we need that.
Mm-hmm.
And you are very special. I wanted to ask you one question. What do you feel about grassroots organizations? Because it seems that these so-called political entities don't care about us. I was listening to the sister, from my hometown of Chicago, and she's absolutely right. You know, you have aldermen that don't care. They look like us, but they don't. But they don't care. You know, the first time that I was called a nigger was by a Chicago police officer. So the sister is absolutely right with what's going on in Chicago. I try to explain to people that, you know, what you're seeing, you know, in Chicago is being allowed.
Right.
You know, because those areas are under surveillance. They know exactly what's going on. You see the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I wanted to ask you, you know, what you thought about the only way trying to change this is starting grassroots organizations. Do you think that we need to go that way to create some type of change?
I think I think it's a great question, and I am 1,000% behind grassroots movement. I think that we have to understand that the federal government is one entity, but every state is a separate sovereign. And so if we can affect change on a local level, then that will trickle up. We are waiting for things to trickle down. Right. So grassroots means that we get people to run for alderman, run for city council, run for the district attorney. You know how many times the district attorney in Queens ran unopposed? Do you know what that means? That means that ain't nobody coming out to vote. He don't even have to put money in a campaign. This was the first election in Queens since Richard Brown died that there was actually a contest. But for some odd 20 years, he's just running roughshod. And it's the same like that. We've got people that are entrenched in these positions, and we don't have anyone to run against them. We don't have anyone to put this. So these grassroots movements are exceptional for that, for galvanizing the people on a local level so that they understand the power in the local vote. A lot of people don't even know who their state senator, who their state representative is. You didn't even go to the state election. You probably didn't even know what it was, right? Because you're too busy focused on the presidential election, and that shit does not affect you. It doesn't have an immediate effect on you. But your state representative, your city council, how that money, the budget for the city is going to get spent, all of that. That is definitely something that grassroots movements can affect. And yes, I think that's a great way to galvanize people to affect change locally.
Yes, most definitely. You know, like I said, sister, I really appreciate you, you know, being here. I love your spirit. I love the fact that you take care of yourself. You know, I've seen some of your competition pics, and I see how you train, and that's important. You know, the body is a temple. You know, and that's very important that you do that.
I get no.
Yeah, most definitely. Man, I hate that I'm not home where I can actually, you know, zoom in and you know, and talk to you. But you know, that avatar that you're looking at, that's me. Those arms are real.
Okay.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna be sliding your DMs.
You do that.
All right. Thanks again, sister. Thanks again. I really
she's in
appreciate
Queen, so you gotta fly into JFK. All right.
You know, my daughter is out there. She's out there. So that's what's up. That's what's up. Thanks again, sister.
Gotta save the money on them tolls. You know what I'm saying? Going
right.
Right. It's JFK in Queens, right? Or LaGuardia?
Yeah.
JFK. Okay. Yeah.
JFK. Okay. That's right.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
That's right. All right.
Appreciate you, E. Yeah, he's the residential gentleman, and I was uncertain if it was going to be the right knee or left knee, or else I would have told you. but yeah. So it's sad we got to go. But what PPD said you had a Malcolm X story that I've been itching to. She wouldn't tell me. She wouldn't tell me. You got to ask her. I'm like, no, you tell me.
This is a funny story because she said you had Malcolm X's daughter on.
Yes, I did.
So I had a client who his dad was a stagehand for Broadway shows, right? And so he would be in charge of the VIP section, letting people into a specific part that nobody else could get into to meet the actors and things of that nature. So he was on post one night, white guy, and he thought that I was Malcolm X's daughter, simply because my last name was Al-Shabazz, not appreciating that he was El-Shabazz. A lot of people don't even appreciate that. This man calls me on FaceTime because Malcolm X's real daughter was actually trying to get into the venue, and he stopped her. And he was like, no, you are not Malcolm X's daughter. I'm calling her right now. This man had me on FaceTime. I was like, man, you better let her in there. I'm not Malcolm X's daughter. He's like, you're not? I was like, no, I'm not. Oh my God. I was like, that's his real daughter.
Right.
Yeah, it was crazy. So I need to apologize to her. I'm sure she probably remembers this. Because how often do you get people telling you, you're an impersonator? She probably does remember this, and I owe her an apology for that. So, yeah, that's my Malcolm X story. A lot of people always ask me, am I his daughter? I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, the Shabazz.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
In closing about the groups, I have questions about the groups because once a white liberal or a government agency makes a donation, it's no longer a movement. So I have my reservations about like grassroots organizations. I was gonna start one, and then I do this show every night, and I was like, it's too many personalities, it's too many groups in the Black community. I'm like, even if I go from a pure perspective, right? People won't believe me.
Right.
I gotta have that ism, like Brother Polite. I gotta have a Bentley. I'm like, I can't just say what it is and you believe it.
Right. No, because of our trauma, right? We, historically, we cannot just accept. We need to see more, unfortunately. But I think grassroots, it can work without having government money or group money, so to speak. If we can do crowdfunding, right? We can talk to people. It works. We can raise the money. Is there.
Yeah,
we have it. There. We have money. Look at the lines for the Jordans when they come out. We got money. We're just spending it on the wrong shit. Right? And we're not prioritizing. We're not saying this is important for our community because we're too focused on what's important for our individual selves. That's really what it's going to take. And it's going to take people like me who got these shits on the wall that's willing to risk and sacrifice these shits. Right? A lot of people who have them aren't. I'm one of them. I don't give a fuck about none of that. My community comes first. Right? So whatever it takes. But there are a lot of people who have those that are not of the same mind frame, unfortunately. And yeah, there will be a lot of different personalities and things of that nature, but that's always been the case. And that's never stopped us as a people from moving forward. Right? We just have to have our agenda straight. There's a lot of different fronts we can fight this war. So you pick one on a grassroots level. I think that's part of the problem is that people are trying to fight too many fronts at once. That's how you lose, right? That's the quickest way to lose is to try to fight too many fronts. You have to concentrate on one, whatever it is that you're good at, right? And we can have numerous grassroots organizations dealing with different issues in the community, right? You could be dealing with schooling. You could be dealing with nutrition. You could be dealing, because nutrition is important. I know people don't seem to get this, but nutrition is key. If you got kids that are malnourished, they will be maladaptive. They won't be able to function properly in school. They will have ADHD. They will be hyperactive because their nutrition is off, right? Nutrition is off. That will affect hormonal imbalances. You feeding your kids the wrong shit. You feeding little boys too much estrogen, right? All of that, right? So you might have a grassroots movement that deals with just that. If you dealing with just that, don't come over here talking about voting rights. You dealing with nutrition. That's your role. Stay there. right? And we can do that. We can do that collectively. We can. I know that we can.
Right.
You know, it just takes. It's gonna take a lot to get there.
Yeah.
I know. And it's exhausting even thinking about
It
it.
definitely is exhausting
It is.
because when you look at, so since this is the two most polarizing groups and on this podcast, the Black Lives Matter movement was probably fiscally the most rewarding group that I've ever seen in my life. $90-something million,
Right.
some number that it was infiltrated. You get what I'm saying? And that money is gone. And then you look at the Nation of Islam, probably the most prominent today organization. It's infiltrated by government contracts. So, and I use the term infiltrated intentionally because once you start relying on that entity, how can you be 100% full throttle on your mission statement? And so I have,
I agree.
so I struggle with that duality, like because I choose not to be a part of a group, you know, like I love the fact that I want what comes out of my mouth to stand alone. I don't want to be a leader. I just want this to be like a trampoline. I want this platform to be a trampoline and everyone has their own independent voice. But when I see stuff like that happening, I'm like, how can we do it? Like we got $100 million in 1 year and it's gone. We could have went to the timberlands of Mississippi, Georgia, and built the whole entire city.
Yeah. And that's ultimately what we need to do. Ultimately, that's what we need to do. We need our own nation.
Right.
You know, I grew up 5%. Nation building was part of every rally, right? Every rally had nation building. That's what we need. We need nation building. So we grow our own foods. We build our own homes. We have our own stores, right? Just like Black Wall Street.
Right.
Bring it up to date. We can do that again. We can replicate that.
Right.
We can do that again. And some places they're doing it. They bought I think is it in Georgia? I think there's one place they bought some land, right? And they're trying to do that. And we can do that. We can replicate that all over. But you got to give up some shit, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to give up some stuff. You're gonna have to give up your house. You might have to give up your nice car, right? Because it requires sacrifice. And how many people are willing to do that? Especially those people who worked so hard to get out of poverty, to get a little over the lunch money. The last thing they want to do is give that shit back.
Right.
And we need them.
Right.
We need them. Because often they are our lawyers, our doctors, our educators. We need them.
Right.
It's an uphill battle, you know? There are no easy solutions. There are no easy solutions. My goal is to keep fighting, right? Keep fighting these cases, one case at a time, and to keep informing people, right? As much as I can so that you can govern yourselves, because listen, information is everything now, which is why they try so desperately to control the narrative around everything, right? Everything, COVID to voting to the narrative has to be controlled by a certain segment of the population. As long as that's the case, we will always lose. We will always lose. That's another thing, which is I'm doing my small part. Is trying to give the information that is not readily available, that most people can't afford. Take it. The problem is that I can't make you govern yourselves a specific way, right? All I can do is ask you to share a video, share a video, right? But then the next week, I still get a call from a mom who's like, yeah, I took my son to the precinct. So you didn't see my video where I told you not to do that? You didn't watch When They See Us? You know how many parents haven't seen that? Black parents? I got a call the other day that there was a parent, the police brought the parent down to the precinct and showed the parent a video, and she's like, yeah, that's my son. fuck are you identifying your son for the police for? Why are you helping them? Right? Why are you helping them? So what I can do my part. Right? That's all I can do. That's all I can do.
Whew. Thank you. Thank you for coming in tonight. We totally appreciate. I know it's late on your end, and we totally appreciate you coming in.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And hopefully you come back. Hopefully you come back. Yeah, hopefully you come back. We need you. We need your expertise because
I'm here. I'm definitely here.
Thank you so much, and see you soon.
Thank you for having me. Stay well, stay blessed. You can find me on Ikiespeaks on all of the social medias.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Be well.
Thank you.
All right. Peace.
Appreciate you. Yep. Oh man, awesome. A lot of information. You know, I just, man, like I said, I don't have the answer. Y'all claiming y'all got the answer. I don't have the answer at all. You know, Reggie said vote for Biden. That didn't work. Reggie said, Reggie, you don't have the answers. You're done. Biden's approval rating is 44%. We got dead Americans in Afghanistan. It's over. Biden is done. You can't respond to pragmatic common sense to everything Trump. Why are you so infatuated with Donald Trump? You know what I mean? You're so infatuated. You got an obsession with Donald Trump. You always thinking about Donald Trump, man. You have no answers. All right. Your answers are done as it pertains to voting and believing. It's over. So where else we got? Oh, I'm opening up the phone lines. I didn't want to open the phone lines because I figured it'll be more personable because she was so intelligent. I thought that the demons would be better. So feel free to call in and let's put a bow on this. You know, let's put a bow on this and let's so yeah, we'll do it like that. And we'll start it. And the phone lines are open. So yeah, man, incredible conversation. Definitely above my pay grade. You know, I don't know the law at all. I just have common sense, and I'm glad she came on because it gives us a level of clarity as to the steps. You know, I mean, to the steps as it pertains to finding a solution. You know, I think the solution is independence. You know, at the end of the day, it's independence. Ain't no white person that you vote for, ain't no black person that you vote for going to give up all access to America. They're not going to do it. Yeah, they're going to help a little bit here, a little bit there, but once you're a senator, you got all access. You going to give up your privilege? Nah, you ain't going to do it. History has proven that. If you vote for a person, then, and I'll use Maxine Waters as the example since she's a Californian, or Feinstein, or whoever else. Who I don't know. The guy from South Carolina. Oh man. Our neighborhood still look the same. We got the same problems we had in the 60s, 60 years later. Same problems. George Floyd looked like the Watts riots on a macro level. If I'm lying, I'm flying. So if you're voting for someone, I'm going to repeat, they're not giving up their privilege. Okay. They will not give up their privilege. Okay. I'm telling you, they will not give up their privilege for you, Reggie Owens, and your beautiful family. They will not give up their privilege for me and my beautiful family. We had a president for 8 years. And we're still in the same place we've been. You know what I mean? Anyways, what's up, man? How you feeling?
What's up, Fred?
How you feel?
I was watching School Days, man.
Wow.
Spike Lee second movie.
Yeah.
That was
Wait. Spike Lee's second movie.
Yeah.
What was his first?
She's
Gotta have it. All right, good. I'm just double checking, man, because you know they I'm fucking with you, man. What's up? What's up?
I grew up in all that shit, nigga. You know that. So what's up, brother, man? I mean, you talking about America, Fred? You only get in trouble as a black man in America when you forget the rules.
What are the rules?
Every black person you see who gets in trouble, they're trying to do shit that white people can get away with. Because somehow, because of money or the OJ effect, they forgot who they were. Do you understand? If a white man was fucking Nicole Simpson and then he ended up killing her and her boyfriend, he could get off. OJ wasn't that dude. You understand? You there?
Yeah, I'm trying to follow it though.
I'm just saying, when black men forget that they're black in America and they can't do the things that white people can do, then they get in trouble. I mean, look at OJ. If a white man had killed 2 white people, he could get away with it. Not a black man. They're not going to let you. Even though OJ got acquitted, he was never acquitted in the public opinion. He was convicted in the white public opinion, right?
Got it.
And that's it. So we as black men, we have to know where we are at all times. It's just like prison. Right. You can't hop on that fence. What's going to happen if you hop on that fence? They're going to shoot your ass, correct?
Right.
You can't forget where you are. And that's when, if you look at all these brothers that are getting into trouble, they forget where they are. Polite, they think that because they got money, they can do stupid shit. They can't. The only people who can do that and get away with it are white people. Now, focusing on our own people, but these other guys, come on, Fred. That shit's been in our community forever. There's so many child molesters out there. It's pathetic. It is. And you're right. The community looks a blind way. That's just the way it is. I mean, it's disgusting, but what are you going to do? What's your solution?
Yeah, I think the solution is protect your family, man. I really believe in protecting your family. Like I think men got to do a better job at protecting their family, regardless if you're with the woman or not. You know, it has to be a bridge to your kids. I've established that in my household, you know, threw my pride away, threw my ego away. It's not about money. You know, it's about the advancement of my 2 beautiful kids. And I think that is a big solution, is the absence of 2 parents. So, because sometimes it's the mom as well. I think 2 parents got to play the part in kids' lives. And I see, based off of my childhood, I see the asset of having 2 parents. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that level of independence in your household, teaching them to get their own. Don't teach them to be an employee. Teach them to build. Teach them to you know, the backyard. I'm trying to think of plant stuff and build things and teach them about money, finances, and property, and take your kid to work. You know, stop using your sick days when your kids are sick or they're in trouble, man. Be an asset. Build on the good times and make them great. You know, that's why I used to tell my parents, why you only come when your kid is in trouble? How about next week when he get an A? Can you show up? I challenge you to show up when little Johnny gets an A on his math test. I need you to show up and congratulate him. That's what I used to tell my parents. You know, you should not be working 2 hours from your house. You know, like it takes a toll on raising your child. You know, little gangbanger, little drug dealer, little molester is going to have an impression on you. Is going to make an impression on your child. You know, and
then you look at, but you look at the roles that we had to play in our community as drug dealers and all this stuff. Those were the options that were left to us on the table. When you are a wild animal looking for scraps to survive, you get whatever this racist society gives you.
Sure.
And if they're not giving you employment, then you have no recourse except, based on your intelligence level, except to be a drug dealer or a gangbanger or whatever. But going back to that concept of forgetting where you are, let me crystallize it for you. O.J. Simpson's first wife, he used to beat the shit out of her. She was a black woman, right? Nobody gave a fuck. But his second wife, he tried to do the same shit, and she's white, and they give a fuck. Even though he was rich, and he's OJ, yeah, but she called the police, and it's documented. See, when you document something, that means if the shit happens again, there's a serious record of it. You understand what I'm saying? And then that shit came out with the murders, and then they can always go back and say, look, you can't do the same shit that a white man can do. A white man can beat the shit out of a white woman, all of them down the street. They ain't gonna do nothing to him. I don't care how much money you got. If you black and you try to do that shit, you're going to be put up under the fucking jail. And if you got money like OJ, it'll be a record of it. You will get reprimanded for that shit. But if she was a black woman, it's sad to say they wouldn't even give a fuck. Correct? Especially if you have money. And that's what happened.
I wouldn't say they wouldn't give a fuck. I would just say it's definitely a higher percentage that the white person would get better treatment.
Man, even today, Fred, white women come up missing, they'll spend $1 million looking for that woman. A black woman, Asian woman, Mexican woman come, they don't give a fuck. You might hear a blip about it on the 9 o'clock news. Okay? But let a white woman come up missing. There'll be helicopters. There'll be the Coast Guard vessels. Am I lying? Come on, bro. Tell me I'm lying. Because I want to believe it.
No, I mean, there is a disparity in the totality of the treatment of blacks and whites in America. And that's why I choose just to extract myself from it. Like, I tell you guys, it's not the money in my life. I choose to be independent of it. I deal with people that enjoy dealing with me. I don't go, I'm not bringing this up because I don't want to make this an issue, but I don't yell at like Jamel Charlo at the guy who won't take my money. If that happens, I X him out for the rest of my life. I don't yell at Red Lobster's manager for not letting me sit down. I X him out for the rest of my life and I live my life. I'm not going to boycott a restaurant. I'm not going to boycott a restaurant. That's just not. I'm just different like that.
Situations like that where I sat down and they would not serve me, and I cussed their motherfucking ass out, and I felt so much better for it. I don't play that shit.
I mean, yeah, respond how you respond, but I know it means nothing because to me, I would rather feel appreciated financially because I work hard. You work hard for your money. Everyone in the chat works hard. I would just be quiet and leave because it's not, I don't own it. They can do what they want, what they own it. But I know when I'm in a position of power and I need something done, my first choice is black and Asian. That's my first choice. Like, and when I'm in position of power, I choose to do what I do. And
we two different people. You know where I'm from. My whole life, I cuss these motherfuckers out.
You can
and whoop them, stomp them down if I had to. I don't give a fuck because they stripped us from so much stuff. I have control over myself. I have a locus of control over me. You can do all this other shit to us as a race collectively, but when you stand in front of me, you fucking devil, you're gonna respect me or I'm gonna beat it out of your motherfucking ass. If I have to drag you by the face down the street, motherfucker, I'm gonna get my goddamn point across. I don't play no shit with them. If I sit in the restaurant and they don't serve me, they getting cussed the fuck out.
Yeah.
Straight up. Before I bounce.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bounce anyway. I hear what your point, but I'm just saying I'm gonna make my statement. I'm gonna make it loud and clear.
I don't want to be put in a system. In my 20s, I would respond that way. In my 40s, I'm gonna order and then leave when I believe the meal is probably 3 minutes before coming. Then I'm just gonna say I'm done. I mean, I'm done. I'm leaving. Like, I may do something like that.
It's just a form of humiliation. I mean, how much humiliation do we have to take? All this shit. I told you, all the shit they done to us, you can't even document it. It's so much shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And They have no respect for us. And the only thing more pitiful than white people are a race without a soul, without a personality. They have no culture. They steal everything from us, but yet they don't want to be a nigga. But yet you want everything we do. You want to dance like us. You want to dress like us. You want to talk like us. You want to get the same color as us, but you don't want to beat us in your racist society because you put us at the bottom. They're pathetic. And the only thing more pathetic than white people are people who want to be like white people. Mexicans, Asians, they're fucking pathetic. So my solution is I'm getting the fuck up out of this country. I'm not dying here. I'm going back to the motherland. I'm gonna find me a place where I can jail, and I'm not dying in this cesspool of hate and misery. All of these people are fucked up. That's why they hate us. Mexicans, they want to be black. They want to say nigga now. They want to talk like us, dress like us. They ain't never gonna fucking beat us. None of them. They're not gonna beat us ever. And that's why they hate us, because we're the original man. It's like a duplicate, a bad copy looking at the original, and they hate it. But on that note, brother, I'm out. Fuck these motherfuckers. Straight up and down.
Appreciate,
right? Peace.
Appreciate you. Tamazan. Wow. I'm not going to say your first name, but Tamazan, I really appreciate you in the Cash App. Thank you. Wow. Fantastic. Salute. Great content. It was. And I totally appreciate you, man. And it's the Kyle and Fred show coming up, man. Tamazan gave a donation in the Cash App, man. I appreciate him. What's up?
Hey, Fred, what's going down, man?
How much, man? What you got?
Hey, last night was a good show, man.
Yeah, it was. Thank you.
Glad you came through.
Thank you.
So tonight, man, me and DJ are gonna do the DJ and Kyle show, man. You know what I mean? You know, we're gonna talk about these cars. You know what I'm saying? You know, boxing has done a number on us, man.
That shit fake, man. That shit fake, dog. This COVID junk is fake. I got a video of him.
Everybody can't have COVID, dog.
It's fake, dog. It's phony. I believe it. And I got proof right here. Let me see if I can put this up by the time the end of the show. Come on. Oh, it's not in my.
Now, he done got the thing twice.
Who?
Figueroa.
Nah, he lying. Because I got a video of him working out yesterday. Anyways, go ahead. What's up?
Listen, man, I work at a fucking hospital, Fred. We got to test twice a week. And I ain't tested positive yet, man. And I'm amongst the fucking virus every day. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you, man.
And y'all niggas. Hey, it's funny, man. Champ Side said it best, man. It's only boxing though that's getting all these fucking COVID.
Ain't no money in it. Ain't no money in it. Trust me. I don't see it. I don't see it. It don't make sense to me. I'm being honest.
And they pushing it back, man. And it's like, dude, y'all missing y'all boat. You know what I'm saying? Y'all missing y'all ride, so to speak.
Man, they would.
It's like you want to compete with football. This is America, Jack. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all people like fighting and everything else, man. But when it comes to football, ain't nobody making no choices like that. You gonna watch a 122 pounder, or you gonna watch the fucking college football game, man? Come on now. They fucking up their own money, man. They getting their own way. You know what I'm saying? Pushing that fight back to October is not a good idea. I mean, it's the only idea. You know what I'm saying? And damn sure ain't a good one.
Right.
You know? It's so hard to even fucking buy a boxing ticket, Fred.
I have no doubt in my mind that the budget is funny because David Benavidez, Bob Arum. Let's start with Bob Arum and Tyson Fury. I think that was a training issue. Bob Arum was not taking the risk on the BS Tyson Fury was doing. David Benavidez got COVID. Then they next big fight get COVID. Man, this is too funny, dog. It's too much. It's too much real time information for us to be like, this is kind of weird. Now everybody's using COVID.
Yeah,
He
put
ain't
your
got.
fucking
I
mask
gotta.
on, bro. Just wear a mask. Bro. You know how easy it is to just put that fucking mask on, bro. The
Nah.
mask stops 99.9% of shit.
Here's a video of him working out yesterday. It's a lie. Saturday, excuse me. This is a fraud, man. It's all a fraud, man. It's all phony. It's all phony, dog. It's all.
You don't think he was ready?
I don't think they had the money for it because they couldn't find a location for it. They had to move it to what's that shit called? They were gonna move it from Vegas to not San Bernardino, Bakersfield. Bakersfield.
No, hell no. Couldn't have
Yeah,
been.
someone L Dub told me they had 2 cards on the 18th and the 19th.
Yeah, but he was saying that it was gonna be like a Fox, John.
Oh, I
It
stand.
wasn't gonna be.
I
It wasn't
stand
gonna
corrected.
be. Yeah.
Why would PBC put 2 cards on the 18th? That don't make sense.
Trying to get that paper.
That don't make sense. You
And
know, so at the end of the day, I just can't see. I think that 40 million they giving to Canelo, shit ain't no money. You know, ain't no money. Well, we gonna see if we'll see if they put fights in October. I just ain't no money for real. I don't think it's money. Who time? I don't know who timed you. I can't see it. Why y'all timing out E1K, man? Leave him alone. Leave him alone, man.
It's boxing is fucking up, man. Because now it's like making you leery to buy any boxing ticket, bro.
No, I'm watching football. I'm all in on football. I got October 9th, October 23rd, and that's the next fight, right?
Listen, I'm scared of that. I'm scared of that too.
This is all phony, dog. It's all fake. Man, if you can get in the ring with steroids, you can get in there with C19. Oh God, this is so funny. Too funny, dog.
I'm not giving you another juice box, Kylie. Go lay your butt down.
I don't know, man. I just think ain't no money. Ain't no money on the PBC side because ain't no fights being made. How you got all this great talent just waiting to be picked? Danny Garcia ain't fought in a year since December. Gary Russell ain't fought. Tony Harrison ain't fought since February, March. I mean, there's so much talent over there, man. So they should be pumping them out like they were in the beginning. Pumping them out, pump them out, pump them out, pump them out. You know, tell them to take less money. Tell them you'll get them on the back end. You know, sign. I forget what we had to sign when you got to sign a guarantee of funds or something. You'll get it in 10 years or something, but 5 years or something. But I don't know, man.
What you think the deal is, man? What you think is going on, man?
It's money. I think it's money. And Bob Arum don't have the talent to put on cards. You get what I'm saying? Bob don't have the talent PBC has, so he gotta space it out. But PBC got all the talent, all the talent.
We ain't seen a Mayweather card in a minute.
They ain't got no. Floyd don't put up money. Floyd should do Thursday night fights in Vegas, dude, and he would turn that shit would do so well, especially if he add music to it, and because you got to take into account all those celebrities. They host like clubs and stuff, right? It ain't gotta be A-list every time. Maybe you can get Fabulous to come. Maybe you can get Locks to come. But every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, shit, every day of the week in Vegas, they have celebrities, right? Mm-hmm. Man, Floyd can use his celebrityism, if that's a word.
Cachet.
Is cachet. Thank you. That's a better term. Use that and with $5,000 or $10,000, say, hey, can you come give me a 15-minute set? Sure, Floyd. Sure. Why not, Floyd? You know, and put the cards on, and that's the reality of it. So it is what it is, man.
The budget's Floyd is doing a terrible job, man, as a promoter.
Yeah. Dude, and I know the budget's funny because I'm a stockholder, so I understand what the hell is going on. So I'm speaking from the know. Fox is squeezing the hell out of PBC, and Showtime wants to do the same too. Showtime is like sitting waiting. They want that talent. They want that talent. They want to own a piece of PBC. And I'm telling you guys that I'm telling you as close to truth as possible. And everything I say typically always comes to fruition. 9 out of 10 things I say that y'all disagree with comes to fruition. So if you don't believe the budget's funny, look at the last 5 cards on Fox. It's very easy. It's very
I mean,
easy.
dude, I mean, it's plain as day, man.
Yeah, it's plain as day.
We ain't got a big fight in I don't know how long. And you know, Jake Paul did something, man. He did something very, very smart.
What'd he do?
Start his own promotional company.
Yeah, he putting on another card soon, right?
I guess if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw this. Looked like Amanda Serrano was signed to that man now.
Really?
Looks like it.
Shit, I know. She give you $500,000.
Shit, yeah, look, check this out, Fred. All you gotta do is be the co-main event again.
Right.
You
Jake Paul is pumping that out, man. Jake Paul is wow.
Just imagine Deontay. Listen, just imagine if Deontay Wilder said, "Nah, fuck everybody else. Carissa Shields finna be my co-main event." That shit would be huge, Fred. What you think about that?
About what?
If Deontay Wilder was like, "Man, fuck everybody else. Carissa Shields is the co-main event." How big would that be for boxing?
Fuck boxing. I mean, do it for your base. That's going to pay you. I mean, it'll be great for boxing. I just said that because I wanted to say it. I gave Deontay Wilder to play. I think Earl Spence, Deontay Wilder, Gary Russell, and Carissa Shields should do their own cards and do a pay-per-view. I think they can move 500,000 units minimum with a card like that, and you could charge $100 for that card. And that's $50 million that you have to play with, and you do it on your own network. You know, you do it
somebody
on.
Somebody will invest. You
don't need to invest. No. Fuck, we ain't got to change the mindset. Ain't nobody need to invest. They put up their own money. Deontay put up $1 million. Earl put up $1 million. Carissa put up 100,000. Gary put up $1 million. You got $3.1 million. You got $3.1 million to start with, and you use that 3.1 million for the logistics and your opponent, and you bring in 500,000 pay-per-view buys. I think that's manageable. I think that's low. 500,000. You get Deontay and Earl on one event, and Deontay is fighting Charles Martin. Credible. Earl Spence is fighting Ugas. Big card. You pay Ugas $1 million. You pay Charles Martin $1 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You pay Gary Russell's opponents are not expensive.
And try to get Lil Ali out of retirement, boy, that'd be humongous.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you work towards that. Like that would be the goal. And you just fight, you do that 3 times a year. It'll get bigger and bigger. It'll be like the I mean, that shit will be amazing.
And all you need is what, 20% to pay the man.
Pay who? What do you mean?
20% of your purse to pay your promoter.
Well, that's top rank. PBC fighters don't have promoters.
No, I'm just giving you, like, you know what I'm saying, as to how much.
No, you let them deal with their own business. You let them deal with their own business. Yeah. You just pay them this. You pay them. Charles Martin will fight anybody for $600,000, $700,000. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's not a multi-million-dollar fighter. So him versus Deontay Wilder is a big fight, right? Medium to high, you know. And you got Earl Spence fight anybody, you getting 250,000. Deontay versus anybody, you getting 200. So I mean, there we have it. That's a juggernaut. And then you do the then you do the pay-per-views and you do sponsorships, and You know what I mean? You got a street team, you got a 20-person team, you know, you got 20 people, they working and they have responsibilities, you know, and it works. I know it works. So I think that's where we should be at. So I don't need no you don't need no you don't need no network. You don't need none of that, dog. Y'all stop thinking like you need somebody. You really don't need no network and no sponsors because the people are going to pay for it. Get out of that mindset. Oh, we got to be on a network. No, you ain't got to be on no network. No.
It helps so.
Pay-per-view. You can go pay-per-view to Vimeo. You can go pay-per-view to Patreon. You can go pay-per-view to YouTube. Like, it's so many different avenues you can do it.
Facebook.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? WildenEarlSpence.com. You know, it's so many different avenues. You don't need network no more. Listen, barbershop conversations would do the same views as any YouTube platform. Any YouTube, I'm not special. Any YouTube platform would do the same, if not more, as Showtime's views for a fight. What did Jamel Charlo do? 200,000 views? 250 something? I don't know. I'm guessing. Any YouTube channel would do 250,000 views for Jamal Charlo versus anybody. Trust me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't change. The network is just putting up the money.
But that's one thing you said before, though. The one thing you said before, they got to have somebody to be the liaison to say, like, okay, we've done events before, so all right, we'll let y'all rock. Because remember, ain't that what Bob Aaron was saying? Mm-hmm. That they're not gonna just let anybody in. You got to have some type of.
Oh yeah. Oh, and trust me when I say this, Bob Arum and Al Heyman are enjoying the fact that they have no more competition in America right now. Things could change next year and the year after and the year after and the year after. Al Heyman worked hard to be in the position that he's in. Remember, they sued him. Remember? You don't hear nothing about legal action versus Al Heyman no more. Now we got two players in America. Eddie Hearn and DAZN didn't have enough money. They didn't have enough intellect. They wasn't smart enough. So they gone. Now you got Bob Arum and Al Heyman. Al Heyman wanted to be in this position. Why wouldn't he? That's a business model. You want to put on a monopoly for boxing. That's the goal. Amazon has a monopoly. Google's a monopoly. You know what I mean? Apple's a monopoly. You know what I mean? You send them your app, they recreate your app. They don't care if they get sued. You're only worth $1 million to them. They'll buy you out for $1 million and make 100 million. They ain't worried about no lawsuit from a common man. That's business.
DJ want you to bring him in.
Oh, you want me? Oh, bring him in? Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
What's up, light skin?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, light skin? How you feeling?
Good. Connection's good.
What's going on, Fred? How you feeling tonight, man?
I'm feeling great. Having a good show.
Hey, great interview, man. She was fantastic.
Yeah, she was awesome, wasn't she?
Yeah, man.
I just read your bring me on.
Yeah. Fred, this is what I believe is happening, right? And what I've been saying since last year, since they started back putting on fights.
But I didn't really get to.
I don't know what the hell is going on right now. Are y'all talking to each other, or talking to me, or how we doing?
I'm talking. I can't hear that nigga.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, okay, I hear you now.
I'm about to say, open up them flappers, man. You'll be able to hear something, man. Come on now.
Nigga, nobody hear you.
Yeah. Anyway, Fred, this is what I was saying was happening, man. Because earlier this summer, you were mentioning why Keith Thurman wasn't on the schedule. This is what I believe is happening. I believe the PBC's officials have gone to Fox. It was like, well, this is the fight we want to put on. It's like, I'm not giving you money for that fight. Why would we give you money for Keith Thurman versus somebody else? Or they offered that fight to Keith Thurman and he turned it down. I believe somewhere in there, Keith Thurman has turned down some fights. because he has an overinflated opinion of himself. He's like, I've only got one loss, and it's to Manny Pacquiao. So, if I'm not fighting for a belt, I don't want to fight. Well, who else are we going to put on network TV on a Saturday night that Fox would give us money for? Sean Porter? So I believe they're struggling. I believe there's a power struggle between Premier Boxing Champions and Fox. It's like when we signed y'all, and we entered this business arrangement, y'all said we were going to get these fights. These are the caliber of fights that y'all said we were going to get, and we're not getting them. Have you noticed the majority of their fights have been going to Showtime? The majority of their cards have been going to Showtime. So I don't think there's a coincidence there. I think there's a power struggle between the higher ups at PBC and the higher ups at Fox. I don't think those guys are getting the fights that they felt like they were going to get. So therefore, they're waiting around for Showtime to say, hey, can you give us money for this? Can you give us money for that? And the money that they're getting from Showtime ain't pleasing the fighters. So fighters may be turning down fights. Those guys who they want to headline a card are turning down fights because, wait a minute. You paid me 2.5 for my last fight. Why am I only getting 1.3 this time? Why did it go down? I won.
Right.
Well, this is the budget. We got to put on some more fights, And I believe guys are turning that down. The guys who they want, and this was my original point. It's like, who do they have to headline a card right now? Just a regular Saturday night card, not a pay-per-view. Who do they have to headline a card?
Oh man, I think on Fox, I think Danny Garcia can headline a card. Danny Garcia, but they got to take him back to Philadelphia. They got to rebrand him. They can't bring him to StubHub Center like they did 2 years ago. They got.
It shouldn't bring nobody to StubHub. Shit.
I mean, they got some heavyweights. They got a lot of heavyweights over there, man. I would like to see Kawanowski versus Charles Martin. I would like to see Kawanowski get his rematch. I don't think not every main event got to be boom, boom, bang, bang. But I think these competitive fights, like these made for TV fights, Charles Martin versus Kawanowski is made for TV.
Yeah, they don't have to be boom, boom, bang, bang, Fred. But what I'm saying is, who are we gonna put at the head of the card to attract fans to actually watch it?
Keith Thurman. I think Keith Thurman is a draw. I think hey,
it's free. If you ain't doing nothing Saturday night, come watch some fights. Like the UFC has the perfect model for that, and I think these boxing promotions have fumbled the bag and not watching how they've done it. Even though ESPN and UFC have this agreement where you got to give us 30 events a year. You got to give us 30 cards a year. I think it's somewhere around there, 30, 32 cards a year you got to give us. So, but they do a great job of their main events being top contender fights. It's like you'll get the number 3 guy fighting the number 5 guy, or the number 3 girl fighting the number 5 girl, and whoever wins this gets the next title shot. They do a great job in building them cards like that. I mean, they'll do that going on down the card. A lot of those made for TV cards are the people who are next in line for title shots or trying to work their way up, or who have a little steam behind them, trying to work themselves up to a title shot. So I believe these boxing promotions have fumbled the bag when it comes to that. Y'all didn't watch that model. They gave you the blueprint. To quote Floyd Mayweather, they gave you the blueprint on how to put on these Saturday night cards. Or look at PFL, these Thursday night cards. Look at Bellator, these Friday night cards. We gave you the blueprint, and y'all are not watching. But like I've been saying for the past month, don't worry about it, Fred. Football gonna take care of boxing. Football is gonna take care of boxing, man.
It is. I didn't watch boxing none this weekend, but it was a card. PBC had a card on, and I didn't watch it. Or
I had no clue. Didn't care.
Did anybody else have a card? I really didn't care neither. I really didn't care. No.
I didn't care, man. It was kickoff.
I know Connor Ben fought.
I didn't even care. I didn't care. I went to whatchamacallit's page to help out his algorithms, but I really didn't care about the fight. Who is it? Money Brown. I went to Money Brown's Instagram because I wanted to help out his algorithms. That's it. But I didn't really care about the Conor Ben fight. Didn't care at all.
Yeah, I heard he won, and then he called out Adrian Broner and somebody else he called out that was kind of Kell Brook. Not Kell Brook, but Amir Khan.
Give me a fucking break, man.
Right, man. It's like
listen. Does anybody want to buy my Deontay Wilder ticket? put that up for sale.
You know that fight's not happening, right, Kyle? I mean, I'm you know how I feel about Deontay Wilder, man. I don't think
don't say that too loud, nigga. I'm trying to sell the ticket.
Man,
what's wrong with you?
Man, listen, I also told you I'm not gonna let Keith Thurman knock you out, dog. I'm gonna stomp that motherfucker out if he ever punch.
Hell no.
If I'm standing right there,
your fucking business, DJ.
If I'm standing right there, Kyle, we all going to jail. Kyle, we going to jail.
We ain't, man.
We getting paid. I'm getting paid. If Keith Thurman want to hit me, and you better pray it's in the arena. You can sue PBC. Fuck Keith Thurman. Sue PBC. Sue
I'm suing them all.
Arena.
Fred. Huh? What happened? What happened to masculinity? Hey, no, man, I don't care.
Nigga, hey,
ain't no 160. Listen, okay, that's Kyle. Ain't no 160-pound man finna put his hands on me and not get stomped out.
I'm sleep.
Well,
I'm sleep.
Yeah.
Fred, wake me up when he leave. I'm sleep.
Yeah.
Get it on tape. I'm sleep.
I'm gonna hurt. I mean, I'm gonna hurt him where it really hurts. You know,
I'm still mad at Fred ass. I'm still mad at his ass. I remember when it first happened, I told Fred, "You motherfucker, you fucked up the bag." I told Fred, "You should have failed us immediately."
I should have.
Trying to be tough and shit. Fuck him. You should have failed immediately. I'd have fell down, hit my fucking head the whole show. So, Fred, remember that shit? I was so mad at Fred. Hey, listen, Fred, remember that shit?
Wait, who hit you? Fred, who hit you?
Oh, you don't know? Oh man, me and Kenny got to a skirmish. Well, I didn't really.
Somebody Sean Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, Fred should tear his ass up. Listen, how long you been following Fred on live?
Wait, hold on. I don't know nothing about this, man. Wait, what?
Oh, see,
did I get this on camera?
Fred, he a new booty, Fred. See,
it's no big deal.
When did this happen? When did this happen?
We ain't about to make this show about this, man. Show ain't to be about the host.
Okay.
Google all that shit. We can talk later.
Okay. I'm gonna bring it back. Damn, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, that's like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Okay, I ain't been following the show that long. Okay.
Yeah, we've had many conversations about it, and I don't want to everybody bored with what we've done talked about 50 times already.
Fred should tear his ass up. With Fred have more jokes than anything in this world. Listen, you think I'm bad with Keith Thurman? I don't know Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker Fred, Fred was on his ass, dog. That shit was hella funny. When he had that black shit on his head. Oh,
I wanted that work. I wanted, man.
You feel what I'm saying? Like in the moment, you ain't gonna be thinking about that.
Oh yeah.
Listen. I'm always thinking.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm always thinking.
I'm thinking throw this some bitch down the escalator. That's what I'm thinking.
I need
Kyle, I'm just saying, you better hope I'm not with you and I'm across the room somewhere where they can break it up quick because we all going to jail.
Listen, I hope you ain't nowhere to be found, man. Listen, because if you fuck up this money,
I'm going to jail.
Listen, me and you gonna fight, cuz. Hey, listen, fuck throwing hands with you. I'm throwing hands with you, nigga. Don't get in my fucking way. Listen,
man, you know how many interviews I'm gonna get off? Man, you know how many interviews and shit I'm gonna get off of that? Man, I beat up Keith Thurman.
Man, fuck that, nigga.
Fuck the interview. I want that bad. You need that, man. You need that 12 acre, homie. You need that. So you gotta pay them taxes on that land.
Right.
I'll sell out of court right now for $350,000.
Oh, facts. And guess what? They gonna settle too. They gonna settle.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna settle.
Yeah, they gonna settle.
Hey, PBC, this happened at your event. Hey, listen, PBC happened in your event. I need $150,000 from you. It happened at the stadium. I need y'all niggas. Hey, listen, I'm telling everybody ass up, boy. Don't fuck with Kyle Davis. I'm telling you the fuck out. Hey. I know I can cry on demand, so nigga, the whole shit.
Hey, Stephen Curry. I just read the comment. Whoever Stephen Curry is in the comment. See, I can tell that like you probably used to get beat up a lot. Because where I come from, you know, it ain't a lot of gangs where I come from, but you got families, see, and families don't let their cousins or their brothers, you know, fight by themselves.
Hey.
So you know, if you fought one, if it was 6 of them there, you fought all 6 of them. You fought all 6 of them. See, ain't no one-on-ones here. So if my cousin is fighting, nigga, I'm fighting.
Well, nigga, I ain't your cousin. So back the fuck up. I need
we brothers, man. We brothers.
Hey,
we brothers, man.
Hey, keep it a buck. Me versus Kenny Porter might do as many pay-per-views as Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter.
Yeah, man. Let's set it up, man. Let's set it up, man.
Listen,
let's set
the
it
whole
up.
nation of Islam is gonna buy that.
I mean, you know, celebrities.
Hey, I'm more.
Hey, man, celebrity boxing is the thing now. You got T.O. calling out Donovan McNabb now. So,
yeah, he been wanting that.
He been one, and I hate that as an Eagles fan. I hate that they couldn't get along, man.
That nigga said I'm gonna chuck your soup out that nigga.
Hey, man, I fucking cried.
Oh shit.
Oh man, it's been such a serious show, Fred. It's been such a serious show, man. I had to lighten up the room a little bit. Had to lighten it up like my man Kyle lighted up.
Man, you know I'm light skinned, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I know where you're going. I know where you're at.
What I'm saying?
People ain't gonna agree. I think I'm more popular than than Sean Porter. Think about it.
Let's check his views versus your views.
No, it's not that. I'm just saying, just generally speaking, like,
hey, for him to be a fighter and to like real talk, like when we think about Sean Porter, we don't get excited, bro. Like let's keep it a band. like overall, I know I hate to make a blanket statement, but overall, we don't get excited about Sean Porter. When you hear Sean Porter, you don't go, oh shit, hell yeah. You don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny because it's true.
Hey, listen, when you hear Earl Smith's name, you get excited. Oh shit. Nigga, Earl fighting. Oh, let's go. Nigga, hey, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even care who he fighting. You don't even care who he fighting. You don't even care who he fighting.
Bro, listen. I was telling Bill Haney the other day, I said, man, Devin Haney can fight me. And nigga, the whole Bay Area is gonna be there, nigga. It don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Certain people have that cachet where it's like you want to see him.
People in there. He put about 5,000 to 6,000 people in that arena. No lie. When I was there, I went May 30th. I was there. I saw it. 5,000 or 6,000.
Y'all don't think Devin could sell out Chase Center or whatever it is now?
He can sell it as a fuck out. Now, ho. If he,
I think he could. Chase Center
out here.
How many people in Chase Center?
What is it? It's an NBA arena, so it's like anywhere between 15, 18,000.
I don't do that to him. I don't do that to him. Put him in an 8,000 person arena and have people on top of him.
Fred,
you got to sell out an 8,000 arena before. Earl Spence had to sell out the Star Center before he went to Cowboy Stadium, dog.
Okay, well listen, Fred, bring him to Oracle and go from there.
Oracle has the same amount of people, right? Just a few thousand more.
A few thousand less, I believe.
And then you got to cultivate that fan base. Andre Ward couldn't sell there, so you really got to.
Shit, nigga, the whole fucking Bay Area was at his fucking fights, man. You crazy?
I said he didn't sell out.
But every time he came to Oakland, he sold some shit. He sold.
Who did he fight in Oakland? Who did he fight?
Dawson.
Chad died. 3-round fight. Yeah, 4-round fight.
Listen.
Check the attendance on Chad Dawson.
Shit, let's get our Googles. Yeah, I'm on a laptop.
Google attendance. Chad Dawson versus
Andre Ward. That was probably
Sean Porter might have been a better WWE than a boxer.
A football player.
Damn.
No, he probably could have been an NFL football player because he looks like that in the ring, right?
Yeah, in shape sheep fighter, huh?
Yeah, he would have definitely been an NFL football player. I can see that. He could have been like one of them, like Eric Metcalf's, Darren Sproles type of football players. He definitely could have been that for sure. Because I've seen
No,
Sean.
no, Fred. No, Fred.
He's a freak of an athlete. No, man, we gonna speak truth. Sean is a freak of an athlete, dog. He is, man.
1.3 people watched that fight in let me see. The Oracle. He sold 7,000 tickets.
Man, Kyle, that's not even half the arena. All right, go ahead, man, DJ. What you gonna say?
No, hold on. Oh yeah. Not really.
No, I saw that fight on TV. I saw that fight. Everybody had Chad Dawson. Chad Dawson gonna get him or destroy them.
It looked different being there.
He built like Maurice Jones-Drew for the Jags. Yeah. Now Sean is a help.
I don't know. I ain't seen him in person. Sean Porter ain't that thick, man. Sean Porter ain't over 200 pounds.
Shit.
He a big motherfucker though.
Mojo Drew was over 200 pounds, bro. Like Sean Porter's not that big. Darren Sproles was 195, 200. Like they just short, but these were big dudes, man. They were not small at all.
Yeah, but he would have been different type of training. He would have been 190. Remember, he's training the cut weight.
You do know he
I got both of them open champion. Yeah.
You know he beat a few niggas at 160 when he was in the amateurs.
Yeah, Sean is a freak. Sean is I've seen him in the ring. I've seen him spar. He can move.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that.
He can. I've seen it. I'm not gonna lie on the man, you know. I've seen him look like a Hall of Famer in sparring. For real. I've seen it. I've seen him look sensational, but the fight comes on, he fights like this. He don't fight like you know what I mean? So I don't know.
They comped 1,300 tickets.
Somebody for the Andre Ward fight.
Hey, I told you, man, you gotta, and then it hasn't been a fight up there in so long that people don't box in. Huh? Man, you gotta promote that from day one.
People love Devin Haney, man. They love him a little more though. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I wouldn't even take him to Oakland until
I was about to say fans wouldn't really feel it Andre Ward like that, man. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Keep him in Vegas. Keep him in Vegas for now. Sell out an arena in Vegas and then taking a road.
Keep selling out the Thomas and Mack Center.
Something like that. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have you gotta have proof of concept before you go into these new markets.
You know what boxing needs? Boxing needs an apex like the UFC. 200 people. Not gonna take it on the road. 200 people. Let's see how you perform in there.
They have a 200-person arena?
The Apex at the Performance Institute.
They have fights there?
Yeah, that's where they have all their fight nights. And Dana White's Contender Series. They have a little.
I haven't watched.
Yeah, that's where they shoot the Ultimate Fighter. All of that. They got a cage inside of there, 25-foot cage.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay. Boxing needs something like that. Quit trying to find arenas. Just build you. PBC, build your own little performance institute where you can have.
Really did though, damn near.
Well,
I suggested it. I did a video that they should have went to middle of America like Kanye West did, somewhere that's
Wyoming, South Dakota, something like that.
You gotta be 30 miles from the airport. You can't be more, and then you just build, out, and that way you would have been COVID free. You would have a training facility, and everything would have been solid, you know. But you know, what do I know? I mean, I suggested that the first week of COVID. I suggested that.
But, yeah, Andre Ward didn't do too good, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, I know. I saw the fight on TV.
I'm looking at the Kovalev fight too.
I was basically there. Like I was there. That was the biggest fight Andre Ward to date.
Shit's fucked up, man. Damn.
Nah, Andre Ward has never sold out. Never.
But he don't have that. He don't have that cachet though, man. He don't have that bravado, man. See, the thing about Devin Haney, man, he got that bravado. He got that, you know what I'm saying? He got that swag, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
The only way to find out is to find out, Fred.
Yeah. Fred was Ward's biggest. I was a Ward fan. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I was.
Hey, Kyle, I just want to let you know you can address it. You can address it later. They own your ass for that light, man.
Yeah, that light terrible.
Hey man, listen.
You gotta change your camera. You gotta change your camera settings.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh,
shit,
but you doing this from the camera from your laptop.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta get you a
bro,
digital.
I just got paid today. Calm down, cowboy.
No,
Shit,
I don't.
Man.
I don't know. I'm just letting you know. You got to get a connected to a USB. It comes right up, and you'll be solid.
What's the name of that thing again?
I got a Logitech.
Logitech.
But you can just go to Fry's or Best Buy, and do what you want, and then you can order it through Amazon if it's cheaper. You get what I'm saying? So go test out the cameras, and then order it. You can get it by next week, and then just order it through Amazon if it's cheaper that way for you.
Yeah, man, it's cool. But hey, let me tell you this though, nigga. This camera might be fucked up, but check out this background though, nigga. Let's take a second. Let's take a second to understand that me and Fred got the best backgrounds.
Why you got your light in front of you though?
I don't gonna light. It's not a light. It's like the light from my ceiling.
Fred, he don't need no light at all.
Man, shut your big ass up, man. Shit, get your chunky ass in gear and give me a new camera, nigga. How about that, nigga? Shit. Since you want to show.
Hey, what we gonna do about this year award show? We ain't really got no awards to give away. What we gonna do?
I got some awards to give away.
Okay, all right. Well, we got time. We need to start working on that right now.
What's the category? Because I know the funniest moment already.
We got $2,900, so we can do it.
Worst sanctioning body. Most cheating and sanctioning body.
Yeah. We gonna have a Razzie one too. We gonna have a barbershop, and then we'll have the real awards. Yeah, we'll do that too. We'll definitely
think about this, Fred.
Mm-hmm.
Either we're gonna rob you or we're gonna let somebody rob you. Either way, somebody getting robbed. We're gonna let a nigga be dirty in the ring with you. We're gonna let a nigga wear his gloves how you want to. If don't nobody catch it, it's on you. I mean, shit crazy, man. They allowed that man to go in the ring.
We gonna let one fighter take the juice, and then we're just gonna let then we're gonna test the other fighter and suspend him if he get popped. So
you can't do cocaine, but you can use this performance enhancement drug right now.
Got it. Cool.
Go ahead and get this steroid tea. Drink your steroid tea. But you can't do no cocaine though. We're gonna strip you. Ain't that crazy, Fred?
It's insane, dog.
You strip a man for recreational drugs, and then you let a nigga keep his belt after he done got caught cheating.
I was gonna
call him the thing is though, the nigga, every time you see the nigga, man, it's like an R. Kelly interview where he trying to convince us that he didn't take no fucking drugs. Dude, get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, he said I didn't take Vasquez, right? What's his name? Valdez? Yeah.
Valdez, man. Valdez.
I heard that and I was like, man, get the fuck out of here, dog.
Hey.
I hope someone would go up to him and say, you fucking said it. Hey, tomorrow's Wednesday. They got media workouts tomorrow.
Ain't shit gonna happen, Fred. Ain't shit happening.
I need somebody out there to just drop their stones and do it, but you ain't gonna have nobody to do it.
Man,
Yeah.
I want y'all to appreciate me in situations like this. Ain't nobody gonna do what I would have did.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that right now. Listen, Fred don't got no media. There's no medium ground with Fred. When I go to these damn fights and I mention that in barbershop conversations, either they like it or they can't fucking stand it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be like, really, Fred is the only nigga I be name dropping this shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be name dropping Fred like a motherfucker, dog. You know what I'm saying? I kind of.
Yeah. Remember in Atlanta, we was gonna. I was like, "Well, I go Leonard Ellaby right there. Let's go holler at him." I was like, "Nah, man, just leave him alone, man."
Say you from Fight Hype. Say you from Fight Hype. You would have.
Nah, man, because I had questions. I had real questions.
Yeah, hey, no, listen. OG shows up, man. Leave that man alone. I was like, all right, fuck it.
DJ and Kyle. You just say you from the DJ and Kyle show.
And Kyle was already mad. He was like, "Nah, man, he little boyed me the other day. Man, just leave him.
That's sweet.
Just leave him alone, man."
That's so.
Plus, I mean, he had his gorilla security. He had his gorilla security with him. Had 2-3 police.
Who?
I ain't care.
Who?
Leonard Ellerby.
Oh, he didn't.
Kyle.
Oh man,
Kyle. Man, him and I forgot who it was. They came out of this little bar, diner, whatever. We was about to go eat at after the fight. Yeah, man, it was 2-3 police around him. Then he had 2 security around him. So I was still about to go talk to him. I was going to jail that night.
Oh, that was probably because Floyd was there. Leonard don't have security. He's a free flowing guy, you know.
No, Floyd went with him.
Oh wow,
he was by himself.
Oh man, so maybe they
had a couple nice things with him too, Fred. I had to compliment him, even though he had that, that houndstooth suit on he had on, but
yeah, he doing that thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't have anything nice to say about Mr. Ellerby, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, and Tank ain't fighting in this. I said he wasn't fighting in October. He ain't fighting in December.
I'm surprised we got June.
He just fought. He ain't fighting.
Yeah, I said I'm surprised we got June.
Yeah, he ain't fighting in no damn December. I can't see it. They got to pay Canelo $40 million. Where they gonna get that money from? They ain't gonna get it on the pay-per-views. Shit.
Nah, not that night.
Hell no.
Not that night.
They might move the date. Injury.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
You think so? Think it's gonna be an injury? Think somebody gonna get COVID?
Hell yeah. Like, I don't think they're gonna fight on that date.
You can't put it too close to Christmas, ain't nobody gonna have money.
Yeah. I mean, I think the latest you can do is the first week in December.
Then you up against the SEC championship, you up against the Pac-12 championship, all that.
Yeah, so you can't do it. I mean, or maybe they'll do it the following week, the 13th. I don't know.
Yeah, they might be able to squeeze it in a couple weeks before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
let's see what happens.
We'll see.
A couple weeks before Black Friday. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna do well because it's too much. It's too much on that day, Well, because you got to take into account the South will be obsolete because of that rivalry. It won't be, and then you got the East Coast. You got New York. It won't be as red because of you got that card going on. It's in New York, right?
What?
The card is gonna be
Canelo?
No, the UFC card. That's in New York, right?
Oh yeah, that's in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah. So you got that tri-state area that's probably going, and people are really sleeping on the fact that Kobe and Kamaru really, like, this ain't no fight hype, Fred. They really don't like each other. Kamaru is so annoyed by this guy that he keeps talking. It's like, I already broke your face one time. I broke your face and stopped you the first time. And you got excuses for that, saying I was faking nut shots, faking eye pokes, So they really don't like each other, Fred. And these press conferences are going to be amazing. And not only that, man, the card behind them is absolutely amazing. So we're going to see, man. We're going to see if Canelo's the real face of boxing.
Yeah, we're going to see.
Or if there is a face of boxing.
Now, what Al should have did is pushed it right back to Dallas. Earl didn't fight. Shit, I'm pushing that shit. I would change it and push it to Dallas and get them 70,000 people. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. But I mean, he getting that closed caption too. So, a lot of Latinos will fly in just to watch it in Vegas and hang out and party. So I don't know if that's more valuable than 70,000 people. I don't know what the gate did. So I don't have an answer for that. So yeah, I appreciate. All right, y'all get out of here, man. We're gonna get out. We're gonna close the show, man. I appreciate. We going over to Kyle's right now. Kyle, what you got going on tonight in your show?
So, man, we got the DJ and Kyle show, man. The first episode, man.
Y'all might as well just close the show with me every night. Shit.
Yeah, hey, listen, man.
And have a
we need DB, man. Don't nobody close the show like DB close the show, man.
Until what was I gonna say? I don't know what I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? I forgot. But a smooth transition to your show, so we'll do it like that. Yeah.
No, man, for sure, man. Well, listen, man.
Yeah, Fred, just come.
And what you call it comes out tomorrow too. Tomorrow night.
Your shit.
Blood Brothers comes out tomorrow. So That'll be
Okay.
interesting. Yeah, it was a very. I mean, we went so many different ways on the show, and by the way, I don't have no beef with Kenny Porter, man. I'm done with him. All right. Hopefully he is too, because I will be seeing him really soon, somewhere, somehow. So anyway, what'd you say? Oh, fall. I'm pretty sure he's a grown man. He's so over that shit, man. I'm so over him. You know what I mean? We got lives to live. But yeah. Well, so anyways, man, I appreciate y'all coming out tonight. And don't forget, click the link, man, and order 9 Wives, the award-winning film. We are in a Oscar something film festival. What is it called? Oscar-worthy film festival. So something like that. So that means the film is fucking amazing. That's basically what I'm telling y'all. So it's one of the because in the Oscar film festivals, the film festivals that do Oscar screening, they get thousands of films, thousands upon thousands of films. And because everybody wants that title, you know. And the Barbers, and 9 Wives is good. I mean, 9 Wives is gonna change school books and college courses, man, for sure. So when it's all said and done.
Yeah, most definitely.
So I appreciate y'all coming in here tonight. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, Kyle. The DJ and Kyle show, man, is on the barbershop. Y'all,
hey, Fred, I appreciate you. I appreciate you letting me come on all the time, man. I appreciate it.
Everybody can come on. I don't give a fuck. Like,
Fred's a likable guy.
I don't care, man. Yeah.
Hey, man, I already know who the funniest moment of the year is gonna go to.
Who's that?
When another grown man make you get off the phone, man.
Hey, which one was that?
Hey, I'm trying to sleep.
Wait.
That's
who's his name? The boxer, man.
That shit was fucked up.
Oh god!
Oh man, I laughed so hard. I'm sorry. That probably shouldn't be as funny as it is, but it's hilarious to me.
Freddie Pendleton, dog.
That's it.
That nigga said, "Hey, yo, I'm trying to sleep." And everybody's like, "Why you got a mask on? Why you got a mask on? Why your background like a scary movie? You know what I mean? Like he was on grandma's couch with the plastic and shit. You know what I mean?"
Oh man.
But yeah,
that meantime, he was like, "Yeah, Bernard Hopkins whooped his ass too."
But not your roommates. Yeah, that definitely speaks to retirement, man. And yeah, man.
Man.
So we're gonna say
we all queued up. I just sent you the link, DJ. So go. You can. Go ahead.
He got robbed 21 times, right? Remember that? Play the song. Appreciate you, President. Somebody
play the song, Fred. Play the song.
Thank you, man. God damn, man. Thank y'all for coming in, man.
Yes, sir. I'll come in to keep you company when I can, man.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Oh man, where we at? Birdman, S. Kyle, DJ. Thank you, Valiant, Roland. Man, in the super chat, man, I'm forever grateful for y'all, man. Thank you in the not in the super chat. I mean, and the super chat. But thank you, man. So we appreciate it. Dave Jack, thank you to the guests that came on. Attorney Shabazz, thank you for coming in. President y'all for thank you. KJ, thank you. Reggie Owens, thank you. Dave Jack, thank you. Andrew Charles, thank you. Oh man, what a show, S. What a show. Appreciate you, Kyle. Destined to be. Appreciate you, PPD, for setting that up. Great show tonight. Zed Brooks, thank you. And who else we got? Rob G Films, Champion Heart. Hey. No rehearsal. Oh, bro. Take it personal. Devil is a lie. Hey. I'm telling you the truth. Hey. That's all in what you do. Hey. The things you gotta do. People Hernandez, Gregory X. Hey. That's like familiar. Thank you.
children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes. You can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine, let them see it brilliant. Get up, open up your eyes now.
It's the moment of truth.
No backing down. We're bringing it to life. Oh,
For the children, it's a giving.
you gotta give it.
Be a blessing. It's my personal statement. Running game like I'm ASICS.
Learn to develop patience,
Determined to be the greatest. Yeah. Bobbing and weaving and changing up like the season. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. D.O.G. Roscoe. Hustler Slim. So you gotta give back, give love.
Giving something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round.
Life's to play with no rehearsal.
Learn quickly, they'll come for your blow. Games to play, can't take it
Personal, cause the devil is a lie. Hey. I'm telling you the truth. Hey. It's all in what you do. Hey. Very informative show tonight. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Yeah, whenever we have a guest, I'll put it on both channels so I don't have to re-upload it. It just makes life a lot easier. Love y'all, man. Mañana. Blood Brothers comes out tomorrow at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, midnight. So when we get done with the show, y'all go watch that, or you can watch it while we're doing the show. Anyway, just watch it. Holla at y'all. Peace. And 9 Wives, too. Watch that.